say hello everybody, because yes, I just want so hello everybody. We had some small connection issues. However, we're starting it again, just like every week. And this week we're going to introduce you, just like any other week, to the SuperWorld app together with our CEO and co-founder Rish. Also, this week we're going to talk about the digital twins that we have introduced recently, and we're going to tell you about all the benefits that this application holds. And yes, so hi everybody, and Rish, I think that it's the right moment when you will talk about what is SuperWorld, and of course you can also say hi to everybody.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, thanks. It's great to be here. For anyone who's new, welcome to the SuperWorld show live. We do this every week to give an opportunity to talk about kind of what the latest and greatest is, what we're building, and to enable all of you to have an opportunity to ask questions, as well as to be up to date on everything that's coming, and really also provide insights. So we're excited to have you here. Hey Suman, how's it going? Tiante, great to see you. We have comments and people write in, so feel free to get in on the chat and the comments. We'll address everyone here as well. First and foremost, I want to talk about what is SuperWorld. And for those of you that are super citizens already, you own virtual real estate in your favorite locations in the world, you're already kind of in the platform and building and active. There's many people here who are new. And so for anyone who's new, I want to describe what SuperWorld is. So first and foremost, our vision at SuperWorld is build a decentralized virtual world that enhances your real life. How can we use these technologies, immersive technology, Web3, AI, to actually enable you to do the things that you love to do in the real world? How do we enhance your real life, your physical life? We want to build a life enhancing platform, not a life escaping platform. So that's first and foremost. And then collectively, how can we all build a virtual world that enhances humanity? Can we use this technology for positivity in the world? Whether that's creating art to beautify places in the real world, or to do, projects like cleaning up the beach, like our friend from Green Zone does in South Texas, almost every week or every month or so. He's very active. So Green Zone, thanks for all that you do. But we have, projects all over the world that are based on all about improving the world around us. So that's our mission. We utilize immersive technology, Web3, and AI. And, the exciting part of it is, if you're excited about these technologies, and you're still learning, and you want to figure out how you can use these technologies in your personal life or your business life, the beauty of what we're building at SuperWorld is, when you come to SuperWorld, you might not totally have a grasp on those technologies or how you plan to use them yet, but you know where you live, you know where you have a business, you know places in the world that you go on vacation, or places in the world that you have some connection to. And so in SuperWorld, we urge you to go to those places, discover those places, and if you have a connection, you understand our vision, you can go and acquire virtual real estate in SuperWorld at those locations. We've divided the surface of the earth into 64 billion virtual plots of land. Each one of those is 0.01 longitude latitude, and they're created as digital assets, and you can acquire those. Each one's about $50 at today's prices, maybe $55. It's 100 Matic is the price. And when you acquire those, you become a stakeholder in those locations on Earth, and you can activate monetization from advertising, e-commerce, digital commerce, data analytics, gaming, DeFi. Basically, you're able to create ways to again generate commerce from these different things that you can build in those locations. So we want super citizens to be very interested in seeing how they can kind of make an impact in the world around them, how they can showcase their business, their products. And that's the vision of SuperWorld, is how can we all do that together? There's a lot of things coming to enable that, and we're going to talk about those things today. And today's topic is digital twins.
Okay, thank you, Rish. So before we get deeper into these topics, I would like you to shortly introduce yourself, especially to the new audience that has joined us today.
I will. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Byron, good to see you. Katrina, thanks again for your support. Jerry St. Charles, great to see you. So, my background has taken me, through a variety of different areas. I started off in consulting, management consulting. I worked in investment banking. I started off in real estate investment banking. I always say I started off in the physical real estate world. Didn't know one day I'd be working in the virtual real estate world as well. But it have a very strong background on the physical real estate side. Got into venture capital. Worked for an amazing guy named Adam Stern in New York. Adam's one of our investors and supporters and advisors at SuperWorld. And then, had the opportunity to go over to Eastern Europe, started a venture capital fund in Eastern Europe, was early at a company called TopTal, which is a talent marketplace backed by Andreessen Horowitz. So learned a lot about growing and scaling a marketplace and how to do that and how to be experimental and scrappy. And then previous to SuperWorld, started Rogue Initiative Studios, which is a film, television, gaming, and VR studio in Los Angeles. My co-founder there had produced Call of Duty, Modern Warfare series, and Ghosts. My production partner there is Michael Bay, the action director. And what I learned from that experience is a Michael Bay movie and a Call of Duty game are the same thing. Really, they're built in an engine, right? Unity engine, Unreal Engine. You could build anything you want in an engine. And what happened was, about 6 years ago, Pokemon Go came out. You saw people running around the world looking for Pokemon. And we thought to ourselves, you know what? How could we empower anyone to be able to build what they love in real world locations? So how could I give you the tools to build, create, discover, and monetize content in real world locations? And how could we use Web3 to enable anyone to be able to authenticate that content, to be able to own that content and become a stakeholder geospatially in real world locations? And that was the vision of SuperWorld. And my co-founder, Max Woon, and I started that vision in 2017. And we're driven by the passion and the love for the mission. Our emoji for SuperWorld, if anyone doesn't know it, it's earth and heart. And so, that's kind of symbolizes what we think of SuperWorld and what we're building. So I really appreciate all of your support here. And this mission is one that we're very, very excited about at SuperWorld and excited to share it with all of you.
Okay, thank you, Rish. So now, just to briefly summarize what we're going to talk about in today's session, besides introducing you to SuperWorld, just showcasing how you can explore our application, we're going to talk about our latest feature called Digital Twin. We'll also tell you how to create your digital twin for anything. And of course, as every week, we're going to tell you about our weekly offers. Also one remark from myself, if you guys have any questions or any thoughts come to your head during the session, please go ahead and drop us the comments, the questions, if they are a bit simple, I would say, then our friend Zed is going to answer your questions in the comments. However, if they are a bit deeper, longer questions, then Rish, in the end of the session, is going to answer all of them in our Q&A session. Also, please go ahead and tell us from where you're watching us. We would love to see how global our audience is. So go ahead and tell us where you're currently sitting, where you're seeing us from.
Hey, shout out to Alex Potter. And good to see you. Altered Alley.
Yes, so let's talk about the offers first. Okay. the first offer of today is the Atlanta week.
Yeah. So for anyone who's new, and if you're not new, you know that since probably earlier this year, we've been highlighting different cities every week, and this has proven to be very popular. And the great thing about it is, if you didn't know about SuperWorld before, if you're a fan of Atlanta, now you're like, what is SuperWorld? Because now they're talking about my city, right? And so again, if you're a fan of Atlanta, this week is Atlanta week. We're showcasing Atlanta this week in SuperWorld. And what does that mean? It means that if you love Atlanta, if you want to explore Atlanta, Atlanta is, has a lot of awesome stuff going. I would scan that QR code that was just showing there on the screen.
Yeah.
And
Yes, yes, I will show it
she's
again.
going to show it again.
Because we have some great comments going on, but I see we cannot do it mutually. So I will show all of the cities later.
Yeah. So that QR code right there, scan that, and you're going to get the Atlanta buying guide. And the reason that's important is, a lot of us, we have this kind of, view of our city. That's where we live. And we know of these other places, but unless you've been there or spent a lot of time there, you don't necessarily know what is popular, what are cool places to go, or what are cool places to spend time in. And, on the virtual real estate side, what could be an interesting opportunity for you to acquire a plot of virtual real estate, or places or neighborhoods, that you want to acquire in SuperWorld in those places. And so this Atlanta buying guide will give you that. And if you buy in Atlanta this week, we have an offer of buy two and get one. Free bonus plot anywhere in the world. So buy two in Atlanta this week and you get a bonus plot that you can choose and buy anywhere unpurchased anywhere in the world, or buy 20 plots in Atlanta this week and get 15 anywhere in the world. And so Atlanta is an awesome place. I just made a video about how MLK Jr. Has a memorial there, and he's done, he had done a lot of work there, as and Coca-Cola is home in Atlanta, and the Hartsfield Atlanta airport is the busiest airport in the world. Just shows you kind of all of the different things that are happening in Atlanta. Atlanta is often called the Hollywood of the South. Yeah. I think Scott Breen just mentioned it, the largest in-house AR facility in Atlanta. So, lots of stuff going on, Atlanta. So we want to highlight awesome places in the world. And this week it's Atlanta. So go and take advantage of the Atlanta offer if you love Atlanta.
Also, in the meantime, before we get to the next slide, I just want to quickly shout out all the countries and the states that people are saying hi to us from. So we have Texas, Michigan, Southern California, India, Texas, Virginia. So yeah, lots of actually people from the United States, which I think it's a pretty good match for this week's offer. However, it's also glad to see I'm glad to see that we have people also from different parts of the world. Yes, and moving forward, we also have a buying guide for Atlanta, right?
Yep, this is what I was referring to. Now we have a slide on it as well. So if you didn't get it on the last slide, definitely the buying guide is a great way to understand what's hot in Atlanta. So if you want to get into SuperWorld in Atlanta, come over and scan that and you'll get right in. Hey, Krishna, how's it going? Cody from Northern California, Jerry St. Charles from Miami, Krishna's from Texas. Whoa. Good to see you guys.
And also, yeah, hello, we love SuperWorld. Thank you very much. Yeah. We also love SuperWorld. Yes, let's move forward. Another offer, Palo Alto.
So the other thing that we try to do, and this is a weekly thing, is, and if you have events that are happening that you want us to highlight, let us know. But we try to highlight Web3 events every week around the world. And this week is Stanford Blockchain Week. So Stanford University has a blockchain week. They have lots of events that are going on there. And so we're doing two things. We have a flash sale in Palo Alto, which is where Stanford University is. So any real estate that's purchased in Palo Alto, it's buy one, get one free. Stanford is the place where, all this research on AI and tech and you name it, the startups that have founded there, so much history. It's an awesome place. So if you haven't been there, come over into SuperWorld and check it out. Look at properties there. Lots of awesome virtual real estate to acquire. A lot of opportunities there. There's a lot of tech, a lot of AR, VR, a lot of Web3, a lot of generative AI that's going to come out of Stanford. So a lot of awesome opportunities to get virtual real estate, especially with this offer.
And our big super offer. So please let people know about it.
Yes. So the super offer is a offer that is designated for first-time customers. So if you're new to SuperWorld and you've never acquired virtual real estate, this is the way of getting in. And the thing I always tell customers when we're talking about this is that SuperWorld for many people is a gateway into these technologies. So as I said earlier in the call, if you're interested in AR, VR, blockchain, or Web3, or AI, or the metaverse, or generative AI, or DeFi, all of us are very interested in these subjects. And by coming into SuperWorld, acquiring virtual real estate, now you're a stakeholder in these technologies. In other words, you're now interested in moving further and further. You have a wallet, you have some crypto, you have some Matic, you've gotten some Polygon. Now you want to know how to create an NFT, how to maybe create AR, VR for your business or something you're doing in your personal life. How can you upload a digital asset somewhere and sell it, right? So this is a great way for customers at using the super offer to get their first plot of land, which goes for, as they said, about $55 at today's price. You get a bonus plot with that. So you get two for that price of $55. Plus we packaged around $1,100 of benefits in that, right? So you get access to our SuperWorld school, you get a digital twin consultation, you'll get access to events that we're holding, the opportunity to kind of be a part of this ecosystem in SuperWorld is really amazing. And this is a super offer for you to kind of start that journey. And we'd love to have you on board. So if you've not bought virtual real estate, the super offer is a great place to start. And if you're ready to jump in, you can also go and, find a city like Atlanta this week and also take advantage of those offers.
Okay.
Arkansas in the house. Alter Valley.
Moving forward, we would like to show you, of course, the SuperWorld application. So now Rish is going to share his screen and yes, show around what can you do, what can you look around, how can you enjoy using the SuperWorld app.
Sure. So let me show off.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're getting, again, lots of compliments. So please keep going. We love these compliments. We love to hear all the good stuff about SuperWorld.
So for anyone who's new and has never been on SuperWorld, I just like to do a little bit of a screen share to just kind of make the platform a lot more, tangible for you, so you understand what's going on. So you come into SuperWorld, obviously you have to log in, but then you come up to this map, right? It's a map of the world. And currently we have 3 tabs: properties, events, and SI tickets. Okay. I'm going to walk you through tabs. So once I get to the map, I can just zoom in on specific places, right? So let's say I zoom in on New York City as an example. Okay. And you see all these numbers there. This is how many properties that have been purchased in that window. So it looks like maybe 400 or 500 now there, right? And I zoom in, all the ones in blue are already purchased, okay? And, anything in blue, if you click on it, it'll ask you to make an offer. That means that the owner of that property has purchased it, but has not repriced it for sale. So you don't have to reprice for sale. Many of our super citizens are, again, very knowledgeable about our vision, and they are very much looking forward to the opportunity to have that property for the long run, right? And potentially are open to an offer. So you can always click and make an offer if you have an offer for someone, but they haven't necessarily priced it to sell immediately. But you can do that. You can list a property to sell, and this is one of the orange properties. So this one's been repriced to about $100,000, right? So anything in orange, you can click on it and you can see, and that means that you could actually click on that and literally buy it right now. And then, again, if you click anywhere on the map where there is not a blue square or an orange square, now each one of those properties is available, and it's about $55 in today's price. So it's about 100 Matic. So I'm just going to, just as an example, show you Atlanta, right? And New York City is our most populated city in terms of purchases. But if we zoom into Atlanta, if you look in the greater Atlanta area, it looks about 150 properties that have been purchased in Atlanta. And then you can zoom in on the map, right? And you can find places on the map that you think that, you would be interested in, or you have a connection with, or maybe you have a business there, right? Another really awesome use case that we're going to touch on today is, you might be a business owner and you might just have a virtual office, like you're totally virtual, but you want to, market yourself to people in Atlanta, as an example, right? So you might want to go and capture some place in Atlanta that, where your customers are, or where you want to be, right? And so this allows you to have that exposure to real world locations, whether it's Atlanta or Dubai or Palo Alto this week. So we're doing Stanford University and the campus there for Stanford Blockchain Week. So this is how it works, right? And this is how the real estate works. Again, very simple. And if you ever have any questions, on the bottom right, there's a live chat here. We'll help you, and we can help you right away get that figured out. And one of the goals of this is we want to help you get onboarded. So if some of this stuff sounds intimidating, like I don't know what a Web3 wallet is, or I don't know how to get Matic, or like, I've always wanted to get in this stuff, but I don't have time to research and figure this out. That's why we try to make it as easy as possible for you. So come over to SuperWorld. We'll help you. We have live chat. We have great customer service, outreach at superworldapp.com. Always able to help you. And so we want to make this really easy, and we'll take care of you, walk you through the whole process. We have a team that does screen shares with customers to help them figure out exactly how to set everything up, set up a wallet, get crypto in their wallet. So that's one of our goals, is to help onboard you. So if you have any questions, let us know. Now I'm going to show you the second thing that we're doing, right? And so in Atlanta, as an example, we're highlighting Atlanta this week. You can click on the events tab in Atlanta, and you can see all the events that are happening in Atlanta, right? Or wherever you live, right? And by the way, we don't have all of the cities in the world on this yet in terms of events, but we add new cities every week when we have events happening there. But we have many major cities in the world on this. You can come, you can see events are happening, you can click on the event, you can click and register and get tickets. And the other thing that we do a live webinar on this as well is we have a partnership with Sports Illustrated, SI Tickets. And so they've added 250,000 events to the map. And the way this works is if I come to this map here and let's say I get tickets to this live concert, these are all live sports concerts and theater events. So just to be clear, I'm going to the concert in the physical world. So if I buy these tickets, and then you've bought the virtual real estate in this location, then you would also activate monetization from those ticket sales. And so you're now a stakeholder in those locations where, in this case, ticketing monetization is being activated. And so that's the point of, the events filter of the world. And we'll have many, many more filters. But that just gives you an idea of how that works. You're again able to own and become a stakeholder in areas of the world, and you can activate and facilitate monetization in those areas from all different kinds of things. And so this was an example of ticketing and how that works with live events. Now, the final thing is, and I'll go back to New York City here, just for the amount of content that's been placed in New York City, is we can add augmented reality content anywhere on the map. And people are doing this all over the world. So if you zoom back out, you'll see AR content being added everywhere, right? So you can click on some content and you can see people just kind of adding content in different different places, different types of content. Sometimes people add 3D artwork. Some people add, this case looks like a photo. Someone here added some like Halloween kind of stuff here, right? But the point is when you're in a real world location, you can add content that people can visualize in that location with their mobile phone. And so you could literally put a logo of your business right in Times Square and place it right on the map. And people could see that in augmented reality or see it on the SuperWorld application here on the desktop. And then the other thing is we can also sell NFTs. And so these are digital assets, artwork, could be a real life experience. It could be a ticket. You can also sell digital assets like NFTs in real world locations in SuperWorld. So that's what we have so far, but there's a lot of stuff coming. And today we're talking about digital twins, which we'll talk about in a second. And I think now we're showing off a video of uploading a 3D object into SuperWorld. And so this is an idea. So if you're, for example, if you have a car and you're trying to sell a car, you could take a scan of your car, make a 3D file of it. And there's a lot of companies out there that are enabling you to scan anything and create a GLB file. And we'll kind of Luma AI as an example of that, right? And you just scan an object, turn it into 3D, and then you can upload it, right? And this is an example of uploading a car to a real world location. And then you can click view, and now you can see that car in 3D. And you can kind of take a look at it, take a look at the car, go inside. You can do literally anything in terms of viewing the car. And you can click on the link and then go to the store, the website where the buyer or the owner is selling the car. So if you have physical items that you want to sell in real world locations, you can do that now in SuperWorld too. And we'll keep improving that. But you understand kind of what the use case there is. It could be furniture, it could be a car, it could be a watch, it could be literally anything. We want to be able you to visualize it, put it somewhere, people click on it with one click and really get to see it and be able to buy it.
Okay, thank you, Rish. Now let's get to the topic of the week, which are the digital twins.
Great. So, one of the reasons, and you can scan this to get right onto the landing page for digital twins, highly recommend getting on the list there. We have a long list of people that have already signed up to get a digital twin. The goal here is we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get a digital twin. Now, if I'm standing in front of a crowd of 1,000 people and I ask them, how many of you have a digital twin? It's kind of like asking people in 1995, how many of you have a website, right? Like a lot of people don't even know what a digital twin is, right? I mean, I literally, this is true. I was talking to one of my friends who's in the real estate business, and he was blown away when he realized what's possible with digital twins, right? And so this is an opportunity for you, if you're a business owner of any kind, to jump way ahead of your competition by getting a digital twin, right? You can imagine being one of the first people to have a website, right? And what that would do for your business and how you would kind of be able to expand and reach an audience globally. And a digital twin is a very similar type of analogy to that, because a lot of people who come into SuperWorld, a lot of our customers who come into SuperWorld, when they buy locations in the world, and I ask them, why did you buy that location? One of the things I hear a lot is because I own physical property in that location. I own a house, I own commercial real estate, I have a store. They own physical places in the locations that they're buying. And so I asked them the next question, what is it that you think you want to do in that location? And they say, I want to create a digital twin. And I can't wait when that's possible. Now is the time. We've now made it possible for you to create a digital twin of your business, of your residence, of your, it could be any type of experience. We have a super citizen I was talking to recently that has a museum that he wants to transform into a virtual, experience of some sort. So it doesn't have to just be a building. It could be an AR kind of experience, a VR experience. It could be a way of selling property that you own, maybe even a building. It literally, there's an unlimited number of possibilities how we can use digital twins. So let's get into it. So we have 3 solutions, okay, that we're working with. So the first solution is we're calling, fast and immersive, which is really for someone who is interested in building a digital twin. Maybe you have a store, in the real world, a physical store. Maybe you have a Shopify store, right? You have a Shopify store, but you want to build a way for your customers to come into a 3D environment and see those products, right? And so the digital twin is this fast and immersive solution is similar to like a Shopify type plan. And so you can come on board and we have a setup for it. We'll get you all set up and, it's very, very cost efficient. It's on a subscription basis. And so, starting around $49 a month, we can get you a digital twin, get that set up. You have an avatar in there. You can greet customers in there. You can showcase your products. If you have it could be anything, it could be a store, a gallery, you can have exhibitions there. You can rent it out to people. There's just a lot of different use cases. And we've priced it really well because we want to make it really accessible to anyone to come into this solution. And that's the fast and immersive solution. And
yes, and we also want to show how it looks like.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll just show you quickly the example.
Yeah, and I think she's going to show you an example of a gallery, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We have a lot of digital artists and physical artists and gallery owners, and they've talked to me about how they want to showcase their artwork or have a kind of an exhibition place to invite people to be able to see things more immersively. And so this is an example of a gallery, and this could be anything you want it to be. Right. So just shows you kind of sizing how big it could be. Each one of these panels could be artwork. It could be products. It could be literally anything. Right. And it's beautiful. Right. And there's different types. Right. Again, but the idea is that it's very easy to do. We want to get everyone into it. And, what's really great complement to this is another product that we talked about last week, which is our business profile, which we're also launching. And so a business profile and a digital twin are going to be a really great combination for anyone who owns a business that wants to kind of stand out from the crowd and show, your customers that you're really looking into how you can differentiate yourself and you're using technologies, and you'll attract a different type of customer that appreciates that as well. And so this is an opportunity for you as a business to, get a business profile, get a digital twin. We'll help you with that. But that's the fast and immersive solution. Again, very low cost effective way to get a digital twin. Yes. I'll answer that question in a bit. I see a question on digital twins. I'll answer that in the Q&A. Thanks, Emmanuel. We'll get to that answer. So the second solution is an enterprise solution, and we've partnered with Magma. And Magma is an amazing company that specializes in the creation of digital twins for existing buildings, and really kind of utilizes the the technology of Web3 to help building owners and developers really optimize their property in terms of the property data that they have and the building's components and systems that are essential. And the first thing that we do there in that process is what we call is create a digital twin token.
Yes,
we are excited to announce our partnership. We're going to show you.
Yes, just 1 second.
Yeah, we're going to show you
Now
a
it's
video.
now we're playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to show you a video on this. This is just a promo video on our partnership with Magma. But essentially, Magma will have its own filter in SuperWorld, right? And you can go into that filter and then see any property that's in the Magma platform and be able to visualize that property as a digital twin. The first component of that, before you get to this part of it, which is the digital twin part of it, is the creation of a digital twin token, right? And what it allows you to do, it allows users to connect directly to that DTT, the digital twin token, without any intermediaries. So as a stakeholder, they can, have the power to upload and verify information that enriches the digital twin token. And so they're able to access validated data to perform tasks dependent on their, that depends on their specific role. And so the idea here is, one of the challenges of owning commercial real estate is there's just so many service providers that are doing a lot of work on that. And this is kind of a way of housing all of that data. And that ultimately will lower operational costs for you as an owner of commercial real estate. It'll improve energy use for you. It'll assist in commercialization, and it boosts the liquidity of your building. So it's very powerful. It adds a lot of value to your building. So if you're listening and you're in the commercial real estate world, we'd love to talk to you about building first a digital twin token for you, housing your building's unique digital copy and all that data, which is transparent, traceable, and immutable, and will be accessible to those that you want to provide that data to. And that's all built on the blockchain, and it expedites tasks like requests for proposals, lease agreements, and service arrangements. And so there's very, very powerful. And then the second part of that process is really building the virtual, digital twin. And again, Magma will make an identical replication of your building. And we can talk about price points for that. So if you're interested in that, definitely scan the QR code, get on the list. You can even write in there that you're interested in the first one, the first option, which is the fast and immersive one, or the second option, which is more commercial real estate. And the price point for the commercial real estate one is definitely a higher price point. And we can discuss that with you. And it's based on kind of your square footage of your building that you want this digital twin for. And the third option is called the custom solution. And the custom solution is really, enabled so anyone who is interested in creating a way for their customers to envision their product, envision their store, envision the experience that you're creating. And it could be literally for anything. It could be something that you're even doing as a hobby or in your personal life that you want to recreate so people can get to see that from anywhere. Could be, we have people who have talked to us about recreating things from their childhood home, or recreating a museum or an amusement park, or enabling people who, they want customers to come to an amusement park, but they want to build something to enable their customers to engage with their brand before they show up at the amusement park. So there's, lots of things that we can do in a custom solution. It could be a very high-end store that you want to build. You want to, you don't want to use one of our templated stores, but you want to build something that's very custom. And so the custom solution really, enables someone to build whatever they're interested in, a higher price point, but it's a very custom solution. And it can range from a building all the way to an experience.
Okay, thank you, Rish. And just to follow up with the audience, we're still going to shortly rewind the offers of the week. The next step will be the recap of today's session. And in the end, just guys, also remember that we'll have a Q&A session. So if you have any questions in your mind, just drop them in the chat and Rish is going to answer them to you in the end of the session.
Okay. Hey, Global Real Estate Ted, nice to see you. We met at the property conference. Midas, Emmanuel, how are you doing? Olivier, nice to see you. So let's go into the Atlanta offer again. This is just a recap on the offers. This week is Atlanta week. Take advantage of that. Scan the QR code for the Atlanta buying guide. If you love Atlanta, go and find some places in Atlanta. We have a bulk buying feature. If you guys haven't used that, just makes it really easy to buy a lot of properties at the same time. You just click, 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 one click, and you're out. One click kind of checkout there on all the properties. So it's much easier to buy. And the reason I mention that is people are using that to buy up neighborhoods now, which is pretty awesome. So if you love Atlanta, you want to go and just buy up a neighborhood, click, 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 click. You just click on the whole neighborhood. You can go boom, and you can get the whole, 0.01, 0.01 longitude, latitude. You can get that whole section that you want. Really easy to do. Click on that and get the buying guide. There it is. Atlanta buying guide. Yep. There's the link there. And that's easier for some people. Some people don't like QR codes. They want to just look at the link. You can also just Google Atlanta buying guide and probably show up. Palo Alto flash sale. If you went to Stanford, if you're at Stanford Blockchain Week, if you understand the importance of Stanford University in terms of the Web3, the AI, the technology space in general, it's an amazing area of the world. And we're celebrating Palo Alto. And, again, it's a flash sale, buy one, get one free in Palo Alto this week. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Scan the QR code to get in on that. And then the super offer. So if you're a first-time customer, if you don't own a real estate in SuperWorld, take advantage of the super offer. You buy a plot for about $55. You get a bonus plot. So you get 2 plots for that $55, but $25 a piece. It's a great offer. But then you also get about $1,100 worth. We're giving you access to your SuperWorld School, which will get you access to learning about the metaverse. You'll have a digital twin consultation. You'll get access to events that we're holding. And, the idea is that we want to help you get onboarded into Web3 and AI and AR, VR. And this is a great way for anyone who is a first-time customer to get into SuperWorld. Scan the Scooper offer and let us know how we can help you.
Okay, I guess it's time to recap today's session and then the Q&A. So I'm going to already turn off the presentation and just make it a bit more relaxed towards the end.
Okay. Yeah, I think the recap here is I'm going to talk to you about it in the perspective of businesses and property owners and those of you that are new to some of this technology. Now, I think that a lot of the things that are coming as this technology improves is going to make digital twins better and better. And the way that we're approaching this is how can we get all of our super citizens, regardless of what level they're in terms of their, evolution in terms of technology or even what they're doing with property, how can we get them into a digital twin? Right. And so we have those 3 offers. The first one is made for someone who wants to get in, wants it quick and easy, wants to, be a bit more cost efficient, maybe has an idea of what they want to do. And just like you can get into like a Shopify store or like a Wix website or something like that, we want you to be able to get into a digital twin. And so we have 3 different, kind of plans there, but it starts at about $49 a month to get into a digital twin. So it's very cost effective. Now you got a way to introduce your customers to a 3D location, have them walk around and see things. And, you'll just amaze people with the abilities that you're kind of building out. And, that's going to get better and better. It's in Unity, by the way. I didn't mention this before, which means that, again, you can keep building. We try to keep all of our all of the things that we work on very cross-platform, very open. And so again, for those of you who don't know, Unity is what Apple Vision Pro is going to be using. So, if you've seen that device that's coming out next year, they're building on Unity. We've been building on Unity and Apple since the very beginning, and since 2017 that Apple created ARKit. And so the point is that we want to build on software that's going to go very mainstream, and you want to be one of the first people on there who are going to building this out. So when that Apple Vision Pro comes out, you're like, hey, come into my store. We've been operating for a year already, and you're going to be a pro at it. So that's the opportunity. And then the second one is for commercial real estate, as I said. So if you have commercial real estate, you're a developer, you're an owner, you're selling apartments or renting apartments, you name it, we can get you into a Magma digital twin or Magma digital twin token. If you want to DM us, again, just outreach at superworldapp.com. I think Global Real Estate Ted has a quick question, so I'm going to answer it. Outreach at superworldapp.com. You can just email us there. But that's the commercial real estate option. The third option is totally custom. So if you're like, hey, Rich, you know what? I got a budget and I don't really know what I want to do, but I have some ideas. Call us up. We have super citizens that have wanted to create a yacht, 3D yacht. It could be it could be some kind of experience. So anything is possible. Tourism is a great kind of opportunity for this. So that's the third option.
Okay, I think it's the right time now to bring up people's questions. And the first question is, have any twins been launched on the SuperWorld platform yet? Is this gallery example on the platform?
Yeah, great question, Emmanuel. So what's coming is a new section of the website, and it's going to be called Digital Twins. And so that's coming very soon. So you've heard some alpha. I don't know if I've really announced that publicly before, but that's coming very soon. We have about, I think, 10 to 15 digital twins that will start populating there. And we're on a list of getting more and more done. So depending on the timing of when that populates, we'll have lots more done in that time frame. The other thing is that we want to make this really open. So, that digital twin filter of the world will enable someone to add digital twins as well. So we want to showcase a lot of digital twin content there. And so that's going to be the place where all of the digital twin examples, whether it's something that you've created in SuperWorld or it's something maybe you already have in Unity or Unreal Engine, again, we're very open and we'll have more software integrations coming soon on this side too. So again, it's an evolving space and there's more and more technology that's coming out related to digital twins. And we want to get you started right away. So I think I want to answer that question. So again, it's coming with the digital twins filter that's coming soon. And the gallery example is available on the landing page. So if you go to the landing page, you can click and see the gallery example. The other thing I'll note, which I didn't mention, is the avatars in there are from Ready Player Me, which is a well-known avatar maker. They're about like on 1,800 virtual worlds. I think they're also in BMW cars and other things. So again, we want to use products that people are using so they can, they're not kind of stuck in some closed ecosystem. The opportunity to be interoperable.
Okay. Next question is from Oliver. How many people can be in the art gallery at the same time?
Yeah, I think Zed answered that question in the chat. I'll kind of voice it as well. So it looks like there can be 5 people in the gallery, but there will be a duplicate gallery that kind of pops up where they can add 5 more people, and there's no limit on those duplicates that can be kind of created. So you can get more and more people in those galleries. And so I'm just reading his answer. So if more than 5 people join, a new room is created where another 5 people can join, but there's no on the number of duplicate rooms that are created. And, again, the reason I'm just reading this is because Zed is in touch with our team that's working on those things in terms of what we're marketing right now. And this technology improves every day, which is pretty awesome, right? I mean, that's what I love about this stuff is, again, we're building on Unity, and the Unity platform itself enables us to do more and more with it every day. And so as those product updates roll out, we integrate those directly into SuperWorld. And we'll do that whether it's Unity, whether it's like Polygon, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Apple, whether it's Google, whether it's Oculus. We're cross-platform. And the point of that is we want to build on the best platforms because we're very long-term oriented at SuperWorld. We don't want to, get you as the super citizen, stuck with any specific technology. We want you to be able to use all the technologies that are available and the best of them.
Okay, I think this is like a very simple question, but still relevant. I also know that Zed answered this, but I think it's still a good question, like how people can get in contact with you, what's the best way?
Yeah, so the best way to get in touch is outreach@superworldapp.com. That's the best way to get in touch. Just email us there. If you want to talk directly to me, best way is do that again. And the reason I tell you that is the best way is because we have a lot of people who monitor that email, and they will be able to kind of route it to the right person and be able to get back to you very quickly there, whether that's a customer service question, whether that's a tech question. That's something very specific for me. It'll come to me, and we'll help kind of handle that as well. So Global Real Estate TED, if you have a question, if you need something, you have ideas, let us know. I think the coolest story I tell is 2 weeks ago, one of our super citizens was like, "Hey, Rish, have you thought about like doing a business profile?" And I thought, you know what? That's a great idea. And we're launching business profiles, I think, tomorrow. we already have a sign up list for them. So, and those are going to be awesome. So we're excited about that. So Global Real Estate TED, if you have ideas, let me know. I would love to talk to you.
Actually, here's another question.
Yeah.
A bit more complex, I could say. Should it be called digital clones? There are only two twins.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good point. I will keep that in mind. What's funny about this stuff? It's also great. It's the nomenclature that we use is oftentimes over the years kind of evolves, right? I've been saying immersive computing and spatial computing for years. AR, VR, XR. There's different ways to say all the same thing. And I think Apple is using spatial computing. So, again, these are all good ideas. I think digital clones is something that I haven't seen thrown out there a lot, but I think it should be, because you're right. There's only two of a twin. So yeah, I think you're, Global Real Estate TED, you might be onto something there. You might be coining the next term that's used in the industry. I think Neil Stephenson created, the metaverse from his book Snow Crash, and Global Real Estate TED, you might have just coined the term that we'll use, digital clones. I'm going to try to throw that out there a little bit. So thank you.
Okay, another question. I also know that Zed already shared the link to an example. However, I'll bring this question up anyways. We still have some time. In the frame of this gallery, I guess you can put pictures and video, but you can put YouTube links in the frames.
Yeah, you can, put anything in those frames. So, ultimately you could sell a GLB file. It could be 3D. It could be audio. It could be YouTube. It could be anything you want. These are 3D environments. I think the thing that I always say, whether it's, the digital twins or digital clones, is we're using engines. And so when we talk about that custom solution as an example, it could be anything you want. And in terms of Unity, there's lots of possibilities. So if there's something that you're interested in doing, let us know and we can help you with that.
Okay, and the final question, because I didn't see the answer. Oh, sorry, there's also one more question, but yeah, I didn't see that answering, so maybe you can answer. Does it work on mobile?
So the digital twins currently, as far as I understand, are only desktop based, but they will be ready for Apple Vision Pro. So we're getting prepared for that launch, and so they'll be used on that headset. And ultimately, we would like to have a version that's available in AR around you. Now that's for the first one. The third one, the custom one, that's available any way you like it, right? So you could build an AR mobile version or a desktop version. For the first option, currently, it is available on some mobile, to be technically correct. I just don't want to say yes on all mobile because I know that on some mobile phones it's not available. I think it might be available on iPad, on certain versions, on a pad, device. So, but when you sign up for it, we can definitely give you kind of true exact specifications of where it's available. That's changing all the time and it's improving. So that's the other thing behind it, is as Unity makes it more available, it will be available. And the beauty of this is, Unity and Unreal are the biggest engines, and they want to make sure that this stuff is available everywhere. So that'll be, fast coming a reality. But like I said, what our focus is on the Apple Vision Pro.
Okay, here's actually some, I would say, question very much, ongoing with an ongoing thing. I think that Oliver is already checking out the link and he's saying that it's loading, but no gallery visible. So I guess the best way is just to get in contact, right, with the team, and we're going to, if there are some issues, we can help. I think it's something up to date.
Yeah, just if you're clicking on it, if you're on the landing page, I assume is where this is coming from, Olivier. What you want to do is just click on that. You'll get to a screen, and then this is just a sample, just so you know, right? And then you click on that bottom button, and you can it'll load, and then you'll go into the gallery. And if for some reason it's not loading, maybe because we're doing this webinar and lots of people are clicking on that sample, I'm not sure. Oh, you're on mobile. There you go. That's probably what it is. You're on mobile. That's exactly why. So like I said, Olivier, currently it's not on all mobile phones. So, probably just not working on your mobile phone. You'll have to look at it on desktop. Okay. And it'll work on desktop, and check it out and let us know. And if you want us to build something on mobile, let us know.
Yes, and once you create a digital twin, how do you see it in AR?
So digital twins are available on desktop, right? And so desktop would be the 3D environment that we showed you, right? So it wouldn't be on AR, but as Apple Vision Pro comes out, it'll be on Apple Vision Pro, which will be AR, right? That will be that environment. Apple Vision Pro is kind of a mix of VR and AR. You can kind of switch between both. And then, like I said, as Unity enables it, it'll be available on mobile. But it'll still be, I wouldn't call it, I don't know if you want to call it AR. I would call it maybe VR on mobile or VR on a headset, because you're going into a 3D environment. And that's the reason that it's available on desktop. It's just easier that way. Because if you go into a 3D environment on your mobile phone, it's great. I don't mind it. But some people want to be able to visualize the whole thing in one kind of view. And the mobile screen doesn't allow you to kind of completely do that. So that's why it's better on desktop.
And I think it was the last question, but I also saw some very nice comments, so I would like to bring them up anyways.
Yeah.
First of all, Katrina is saying that she cannot wait for scavenger hunts and the new geo catching. So that's one of the things.
Awesome, Katrina. Yeah, I can't either. That's going to be.
Wait, sorry, I'm just following up with the questions. I think there is still one more question, but let me just bring up another comment that I found quite interesting is that the Olympics are coming to Los Angeles. The digital twin solution would be extremely helpful for travelers to Los Angeles, and a very long hashtag that I don't dare to read,
Digital
but I
twin
think
of Los Angeles Union Station.
yeah.
Byron Brooks is very connected to Union Station there. So thanks, Byron. That's a great idea. I think the digital twin solution would be very useful for the Olympics and big events for people to visualize places, like going around the station and figuring out where they should be, or where they should buy tickets, or how they can access the services of Union Station. So I'd love to talk to you about that. And Byron, great insights as always. Thank you.
And here's a question: will you be able to still be able to build a digital twin if the original owner of the plot does not want to participate?
Yeah. So just to be clear, in SuperWorld, I think we're aware anyone can place content anywhere in the world. So if you're building a digital twin, or if you have a business, you can, click and pinpoint your business or your content anywhere in the world. If you want to sell an NFT, you could sell an NFT right now in downtown Dubai. It doesn't matter if you own a plot there or if you don't own a plot there. If you own a plot there, it might be better for you to place it on your plot if you own a plot in Dubai, because then what happens is that you create interest in that location by placing content in that location, right? You start creating monetization. And very soon we're going to be launching virtual real estate analytics, which is going to be a little bit of alpha again. I don't know if I've ever talked about that publicly in this audience yet, but that's coming very soon. And so that's the reason, back to your question, Tiante, that you want to buy real estate and you want to place content on real estate that you own. You don't have to, though. And so back to your question on digital twins, you can place a digital twin anywhere in the world, because ultimately there's an infinite number of filters on the world, right? And what that means is that I can place content anywhere in the world, but it'll be in my filter of the world. And soon you'll see that also as another feature that's going to be launched, and that's also coming very soon. And that is where I think the crux of your question is kind of revealed. Is the original owner is able to activate monetization from anything that happens in that location, in those infinite number of filters on the world. So you don't necessarily control that plot per se, because there's content happening in an infinite number of filters in any location in the world at any time. So that's kind of the deeper answer to that question. Let me know if you have any more thoughts or questions on that. Tiante can help further. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Olivier. Happy to answer your questions. Midas, good to see you. Yeah, the entire personalized AI concierge would be helpful.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that I think it was the last question. If any other question pops up during us closing the session, that's also perfectly fine. But I think it's the right moment to already tell everybody thank you very much for joining us today. The audience was, as always, amazing. Thank you so much for all your thoughts, all the comments, telling us where you see us from, and so on and so on. Every week you're amazing, and I am having so much fun, and I am very grateful to be able to introduce you to SuperWorld and just chat about all these amazing things that we want to bring to you in the upcoming months. So that's just a warm thank you from my side. And Rish, I believe you also have a few things that you would like to share in the end with our audience.
Yeah, no, thank you again. This is fun. Really enjoying our SuperWorld show live. Thanks for being here. Let us know if you have any questions about the offers this week. Let us know if you want to learn more about digital twins. Get on the wait list there for digital twins. Go to also, this is coming and you'll see this probably announced tomorrow. But if you go to superworldapp.com/business profile, so /business profile, sign up for a business profile. That's going to be game changing for you. And that'll also get you, that's going to be a new product to get you into all of these other things as well. And anyone can do it. If you have a business, if you have a website, it's really cool. So that's coming tomorrow. You'll see those announcements tomorrow. I think it's going to officially launch, so you can start building those out. But again, thanks so much. It's so exciting to build together with all of you, and looking forward to another great week. So thanks for being here.
Yes, we'll see you again next week. And yeah, thank you, everybody. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. Yeah. See you.